Hi everyone, hello, and welcome. Welcome to our brand new fall walk at the park. There's not much color, so we are not going to be seeing a whole lot of changed leaves anywhere around here in Massachusetts, but it is cold. I will say that. Today was probably the coldest day that we've had so far. Trying not to wiggle and jiggle too much. It's actually a little different than walking in the sand. So I'm hoping that I can keep this fairly steady for you guys. There are some sports going on. Let us see. Right over there, some kids playing sports. Love that. Oh, there's a little squirrel having his dinner. Look at that little sweet baby. Oh, there he goes. Well, hello. I don't want to disturb him, so we're just going to wait here for a moment so that he can sit there and have his dinner in peace without me walking by and scaring him so that he doesn't take off. Oh, well, he's going to take off anyways. Squirrels crack me up. Can you imagine like just how freeing that must feel to hop like that and just like roll with it? All right, bye, you little cutie. I accidentally hit the end button instead of just hitting the button that brings the viewfinder back out. So I had to clip it together because I messed that one up. But it's very late in the evening and I decided to take a quick break and take a nice brisk walk. I'm freezing. I don't know if anybody else is cold, but I know so many of you guys, as well as my own family, only likes the colder season, so we are about to get into it. Today I woke up and it was 49 degrees and it was very frosty. Very frosty. The chill in the air was making me shiver bright and early in the morning. It got up into the high 50s, but yep, still cold. So everything that I did outdoors today, I did with my fancy sweatpants on and my Dollar Tree $5 imitation Uggs, I guess that they are, or slippers with the fuzzies in it. I can't quite tell you, but I hauled them over the last couple of weeks. What is this, like Squirrelville? You guys are active today. Right in front of us, one just took a little jaunt around the fence, but there were 3 of them right here, and I don't want to disturb. There's a chipmunk. Hello. Hello, sweet baby. Oh, he ran. He ran right through the fence. He wasn't even scared. He didn't even look like he was frightened or anything. He just like kind of stood there for a second before hopping through the fence hole. All right. Little sweet critters running around. They're so cute. Look at the squirrel. All right, I need one of those. Somebody get me one of those. That looks like a fun old time. That is what a cool apparatus. Little device, little exercise machine, little 3-wheeler. And that seat looks quite comfy, by the way. So, yeah, she was rolling. She was rolling, having herself a fun time. And we're going for a nice cold walk. The breeze is blowing actually right now too. And I should have brought my sweater, but I didn't. So we're just gonna walk briskly and hope for a little warmth to come into my bones. Yeah, the color is not coloring in a significant amount of places. I've seen very little leaves changing. So we're quite green still. And that's okay, because the longer it takes to change and the slower it takes to change, the longer the fall will last. I love this little seating area over here. And then I want to zoom in on the sky. Well, hello, Mr. Squirrel. He's running right through the leaves over here. Look at that beautiful, gorgeous view. How stunningly pretty. So there is that beautiful, beautiful fall sky. And we're just gonna take a little walk right down here. I actually decided to come for this walk peacefully with you guys because my husband and our son Isaiah, they went to Home Depot, and Home Depot seems like the place to be. It seems like the place to be right now, especially with the new house. So they're very busy, you know, getting things together. And I think men just really love Home Depot. And I know that a lot of women love Home Depot too. I do know. I just happen to not be one of them. I'm not a Home Depot girl. As we all know, I'm mostly just a Dollar Tree girl. But the guys, they love Home Depot. And they're there for about the 4th time in 2 days. So they're pretty excited by that for sure. Hold on a moment, my honeys. This is what life is like now. It's a little chaotic. I had to stop the video again because the guys called me from Home Depot to ask me a question. Look at how pretty that is. So I had to answer the phone, and we're gonna keep going. So I don't think I have as long of a walk ahead of me as I thought I did, because they are asking me to go back to check something for them. So I told them I actually came to a park to go for a walk because I thought you guys were going to be just a little bit longer, and you got to give me at least 15 minutes here, my little love muffins, because Mom needed a little exercise. I needed to stretch my legs. There's been a lot of bending, lifting, squatting while we're doing house stuff, and it's all for a good reason. I mean, these kids are motivated to do some updates and also some refreshing in the house. We're having a painting party possibly this weekend with both sides of the family and friends, whoever wants to show up to help paint the entire house, not on the outside but on the inside, just to freshen it up. The floors have to be put in first, so they have changed a lot of the floors to updated new flooring, and there's a possible cast iron tub being hauled out, and a whole, I know, I can hear you guys screaming on the other side of this video. I said, you're getting rid of the cast iron, beautiful porcelain tub. Are we bananas? Are we bananas? But I can tell you that is not the motif of the younger generation. It is not. They looked at me and 7 other people that had the same reaction as me and said, whoa, you guys feel very passionately about this tub. And I said, yeah, definitely feel pretty passionate about it. Hi, squirrels, you're back. Oh, we got friends. Hello. Well, good evening. You're a little close. I'm surprised you are so trusting. Hi. And we've got a friend right here too. Oh, you little hunky muffin. Look at his cuteness. Pause, hold that thought. Pause, hold that thought. Oh, I just love them. I don't care if they're at my house or anywhere. They're like my little outdoor pets, and I love them so much. Look at that beautiful moon right in front of us. It's gorgeous. So let me stop here really quick and keep telling you about the cast iron tub. So it's a big, huge, deep tub. I swear probably every house family member that I had growing up had one of these deep, beautiful, gorgeous, lovely bathtubs. And I haven't seen one in so long. I haven't seen one in many, many years. And when we walked upstairs to their upstairs bathroom and saw this most beautiful tub glimmering in our eyes, myself, my mom, her mom, her sister, her dad, Richie, my father, whoever else, and you know, anybody from like my age and up all had the same reaction of, this is amazing. I am so excited you guys have this kind of tub. And they were both like, what do you mean? We're getting rid of it. So we're like, what? What do you mean you're getting rid of it? How can you want to get rid of it? Do you not understand what an absolutely exceptional bath you will have in this thing after a nice shower? Because it has the shower installed in it already hooked up. It's a shower too, so they're winning on that end. It's not even just the tub. It's beautiful, but they're getting rid of it. They're getting rid of it. And listen to that duck having himself a moment over there in the middle of the lake. Yeah, they're selling it. They're selling it, and they're going to have whoever is going to buy it come and retrieve it. And then they're going to redo the bathroom and get a whole new tub and shower installed. And they're going to do new floors, and they're even going to do a new sink and all that stuff. So the tub will be going probably within a couple of months, I would say, because they're not really going to do the upstairs until they're already officially in and fully moved in the downstairs. And then they'll start renovating the upstairs rooms as well as the bathroom too. So the house is coming along already. The progress has been wild and intense and like so cool to watch. Isaiah and his dad, Richie, they have been having family fun bonding between the two of them, just really ready and raring to go, and just having so much fun tearing everything out and replacing everything and changing everything. And it's really cool. It's really, really awesomely cool. And I'm so happy. I'm just so happy for both of the kids. So they're doing that. And that's what I did want to update you guys on that, because a couple of videos I've talked about the kids buying a new house. So we're in the middle of like demo and gonna start the progress of some of the easier updates and painting and stuff very, very soon. So that's been fun. And then Cindy and I have been out looking for things that we need decoratively and furniture wise, like side tables and coffee table and just like things like that on the smaller end of furniture. So they're just really excited and they're doing so good with everything. I'm so proud of them. So it's been really fun to watch the progress and be there for it too. So it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful sky. Thank you guys so much if you're watching this video. Thank you for just taking this evening walk with me. I mean, this is a pretty late evening walk. It's almost 8 o'clock at night. And it's just so lovely out that I didn't want to waste it by waiting around for Home Depot runs. What a wild video. What an absolutely kookadoodle-doo video. Thanks for being here with me. Now I'm home. And it's been several hours since the night walk, to be quite honest with you. This has been a super duper long day. And after that video stopped, I ran into somebody. And then we ended up chatting for a few more minutes. I had to go back to the house and figure out the Q&A that my son and my husband needed from me. They came home, the plumber showed up and the electrician showed up because they're like doing additional like spaces that they needed to evaluate. It's been a wild ride and it's literally so late at night and I just got home and we're about to like just chill for a second before I have to go into full sleep mode, because I just need a few minutes to like be here, get myself all cool, calm, and collective and zen feeling and relaxed. I'd like to watch a show for a moment. Let's chat about that really quick. What is on TV these days? I had talked to a few friends of mine a couple of weeks ago about the sitcoms and stuff that I grew up watching, and that I haven't had cable in an extraordinarily like long period of time. And I mean, it's been many, many years at this point, because originally just like cable didn't have much on anymore that my family or I really enjoyed watching consistently. And then things started changing as years went on, where a lot of things were on like apps and different like streaming channels and stuff that you could buy and pay for. And so we kind of went like that route, and Richie understands it and knows more about it than I do. I watch like the same channels on a daily basis, and by watch them I mean I kind of just have them playing in the background. But I started thinking a couple of weeks ago about like all of the family shows that I used to love watching throughout my childhood, throughout even my teenage years, all through my 20s, the sitcoms and stuff that would be on like a Friday night. It was like, TGIF, and it was all like really family shows that had great lessons and morals in them, and all these different like great values and family matters and stuff that you could watch that was like wholesome and great for you and your family to watch together. And I miss those types of programs where it was just so family oriented, and it was such a fun end to the week to watch really, really good shows. And I know that on several apps and different like areas of what you can do now with even without cable, I know that I could possibly and potentially find some of those shows and even rewatch them now. And I don't know what's really on TV anymore. What is on television? Do you still have cable? And if you don't, what are your favorite like apps, and what are your favorite streaming channels, I think it's called? I am not a technological type of person whatsoever. That is definitely my husband's forte. He helps me very much with YouTube, like the great details of it. I am basically just the video creator. I am the one that, puts the content together, and I can now post it, but he does all the behind the scenes stuff. He gets into the nitty gritty of like all the background stuff. And I'm so grateful for that, because I don't really have a want. Even though I probably should, I really don't have a want to learn it. I'm a very like old school type of person. I feel very comfortable knowing what I know. And he's always been like somebody that just loves technology. He loves to learn about it. He's just a very technical minded person. And so like he does all of my content analytics and all the background stuff of like the nitty gritty details in the back of all of this on both of my channels. And he knows how to look up certain things for me that I do not understand or, want to know. So I very much rely on him for things like that. And he basically taught me how to use like the TV years ago after we got rid of cable. But I can only do such minimal research on there to find my certain programs that I can listen to in the background when I'm here. My candles are burning, I'm putting around, I'm cleaning, I'm organizing, I'm cooking and stuff. And I can just basically hear the hum of the noise in the background with actually not sitting down and watching it. But if I was to get back into TV, I would love to revisit some of my old shows that I loved with all my heart, like Golden Girls. Just that was such a family show. Full House was like I don't know, my whole childhood, all throughout like my teenage years. I even watched reruns of it through my 20s and stuff. And at Family Matters, like I said, was another thing that was on TGIF on Friday nights, you know. It was just, there were so many cool programs out back then. And I know people probably don't even call shows of any kind programs anymore, but that was like the word that I grew up saying when we watched television and stuff, and we would wait for certain shows to come on. We'd be like, oh, our program is coming on. So we would have, you know, just family nights like in the living room. And then a lot of the times, because I grew up with my Nana, my pa, and my mom and myself in the same house. And then my cousin lived with us for a long time. And then my other cousin lived with us for extensive periods of time throughout like holidays and summer vacations and stuff. We used to pile on my Nana and my pa's bed in the early evening. I think the shows would start around like 5 o'clock in the evening, the half-hour programs. And we would all sit, like, as I got a little bit older, I had a bean bag that I carried with me from like my bedroom to the living room. And then when we would have show night inside of, you know, my grandparents' bedroom, I would put my bean bag on the floor in front of the television set. And we would all just like pile on the bed, pile on our bean bags, and everybody would watch the show together. And I can just even remember the illumination of like the screen in the room, and they would always shut the lights off so that it would be really vivid, you know, once the show was on. It was just such a nostalgic moment, and I would love to see some of those shows again, some of those things. Three's Company was a really, really good one, and one that I loved so much. I just loved Three's Company. There's so many in my mind, but I can't recall all the names, and I would just love to know maybe even what you guys liked for programs, you know, back then. If you are somebody that's watching this, I was born in 1981. And, you know, so I grew up like childhood all through the 80s into the early 90s. Teenager years were in the 90s. And that was really big for really awesome shows on television and Saturday morning cartoons and everything like that. So that was really great. So I would love to know some of the shows. And we used to even watch like older shows that were from like the 60s and the 70s. Carol Burnett. I love Carol Burnett. I love Carol Burnett. I actually have a DVD set of her shows, all on discs, you know, that I have as like my collectible DVDs. And I worshiped her, and I still love her so much now. I just really awesome memories of watching shows even before I was here that were on TV when, you know, I was a kid with my family. Leave It to Beaver. What was that dog? Lassie. Oh my Lanta, I'm going down memory lane. So, yeah, tell me what you guys used to watch, what you guys used to see, stuff that made impacts on you guys, like program wise. And then if anything is new and current, some different types of shows. I don't know, do they even do half-hour sitcoms anymore? I'm not even sure at this point if there's new up-to-date sitcoms. That would be really fun to discuss and see what everybody's ideas, maybe throw some at me so I could look into them and watch some, you know, half-hour programs if they are still available and they're new and up to date. Maybe I can get into a show that might be actually current in this time. That would be really fun. I just, for some more like leisure time for myself, so that I can have these moments right here when Richie hasn't exactly come home yet. I came home before everybody else because I'm out. I've been up since 4:30, and I get up really early in the morning because like my internal clock just tells me to get up, even if like it's still dark out. It's time to get up. It's start your routine, start your running around, start, you know, your shower and getting prepped for the day. And I also like the peace and quiet of the morning when it's still in here and everything is like dim and like just it's a nice morning like coziness, just to kind of like put around the house, still in my slippers, still in my pajamas, and start the day before everybody gets up and the hustle and bustle and the running around starts for getting ready for work and stuff. So I am ready for night. But I mean, I might sit here for like a good maybe half an hour just for some downtime to kind of unwind, like I said. And Richie's gonna be coming home shortly, hopefully, and we'll kind of get ready for bed and end this day. So this would be a nice time, to have like a good show to watch. And I would just love to know your thoughts and your opinions, your ideas, and things you might watch. I Other than like family style shows, I gear toward like suspense and thrill and stuff like that. I love suspense. I really do love suspense a whole bunch. So I used to love like Murder, She Wrote back in the day. Oh my goodness. Cagney and Lacey. I mean, I can't keep doing this. I want to like pick up the remote. I don't know what to press, but I want to pick up the remote and like start looking for this stuff. And I know that I'll mess up the TV, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I'll just leave it alone. But wowzers, I'm thinking of some great ones right now. I mean, what was that detective guy's name? What was that detective guy's name that was back in the day buffet? He was a detective. I think it was like in the 80s, the show was. And that's going to frost my cookies. That is going to frost my cookies. I can't exactly remember the name of it at all. Not even a little bit. But he was a really fancy detective. And he like solved some really good crimes and stuff like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I miss all that stuff. So that's it. I'm done. I'm done chatting your ear off. This was a wild coffee with Kalyn chat. This was a wild evening walk and then late night, like just downtime with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this really, really bizarre vlog video. And no rhyme or reason to it other than just spending time with my sweet people, my wonderful village, and my YouTube pals. So I hope that you guys have a really good day, afternoon, or night whenever you're watching this. And I will see you guys. I will see you guys soon for whatever comes next, because I don't know. I'm gonna lay on my fluffy back pillow. I'm covered up with my fuzzy blanket. I'm going to throw on something. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something I know I can get to, because I'm going to just go on my regular scheduled apps so I don't bust this TV by trying to press too many buttons. Okay, I love you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.